Hello everybody, this is Nintendo 14. Welcome back to the year of Mario Karts. Last time, we did more of the mission modes with mission level 2, and exclusively for this week, rather than the traditional Nitro Grand Prix, Retro Grand Prix, and then one mission, we're exclusively going to be doing mission modes, for the fact that there's 5 Tuesdays in this month, and one of those Tuesdays, there's gotta be something. So, now's that week for that to happen. And so now we're in our traditional grab all the item boxes, destroy all these enemies, run over these rings, and maybe might be a couple things that are gonna pop up here and there. So now let's talk about Mother 3 and the fact that everybody and their mother, no pun intended, wants it to be localized. Now, I never considered myself to be a Mother 3 fan, but I do respect, what it could mean if we do get a localization of Mother 3. For one thing, think about it. Nintendo could generate so much revenue off of an American release of Mother 3. I mean millions of people, assuming that's how many Earthbound Mother fans are there, they'd be eating it up. They'd love the absolute heck out of it, and assuming that those millions of people all download the game off of probably the Switch Virtual Console, and maybe by some miracle we can also have it for the Wii Shop channel, and maybe the Wii U eShop, and just for good measures also the 3DS. Then again, the Mother 3 is on the GBA, and the 3DS isn't known for having GBA games, only through that ambassador program that they had while the 3DS was new. But anyways, getting back to my original point. So, when we get Mother 3 localized, Nintendo could make just a huge amount of revenue through it. I mean, we're talking like that many people buying the game. And then think about it. If Nintendo were to hit the huge jackpot like that, really similar to how they did with the Nintendo Switch and how well that's selling, then that would mean that there'd be more generation in revenue, and that they can give all their employees even greater pay. That would also result in the employees working better because of better pay and all that. Worker morality and all that works, and that good pay good pay could making better morality, and better morality means better performance, and better performance would mean that we can get a lot more. So you know what? Where I'm getting at with is in Mother 3 being localized is that maybe, just maybe, the performance and the features of other games would benefit too. Like maybe if Mother 3 got localized, we could see tons of more features that could have been added in games for Splatoon 2 and Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. They could have been there because of the fact that the fact that Mother 3 could be localized, in the way that I envisioned it. So there's that. Yeah, kind of a weird thing to bring up, but that has been on my mind since last night, as of the day I was recording this. So, just from the fact that that's all I had to add to that, I want to bring up a couple of these missions. Some of these missions that I had here in Missions 3, I did have to redo a couple times, and this is one of them. I didn't show my failed attempts, instead of just get to the point and show the successful attempts, but this is one of those missions that I did have a little bit of trouble. It's a little tricky to get down the timing on when you can hit the Monty Moles, but I found a trick that works pretty well. Just hit them right before they go back into the hole after they jump, and then that should be easy peasy. And now, I think this is not quite. This is at first I thought this was a mission that I was thinking about, but I think that's going to be a little bit later. For right now, we got to do 10 fire slides, which is hands down the easiest mission you can possibly have in the game. because all you gotta do is do power slides. I mean, think to your inner snaking abilities, you know, for if you're a advanced player in Mario Kart DS. But if you're a beginner, then there's plenty of opportunities for you to be able to power slide, so don't worry too much about that. So, and a couple more things I could add to that Mother 3 affecting how other Nintendo games could be impacted. That would be really cool. Like say Mother 3 makes that huge leap for Nintendo, and then it results in Nintendo getting to the level where they can, you know, have games with really great gameplay and also jam-packed with all these features that are near essential for replayability for games. Like think about it. Like the reason why so many people come back to some games like I'll use Halo as an example because you know, it's the game off the top of my head. The reason many people come back to Halo is because a lot of stuff that, you know, keeps them busy, like, you know, the sandbox features like Forge, Firefight, and a couple other modes that I can't think off the top of my head. But where I'm getting at with is if we have Nintendo games where there's just so many features that add lots of replay value, then you know what, that's gonna add towards a game that we can be playing for decades, rather than some of these newer games that will be good for maybe a weekend or two, or maybe just a month. I'm looking at a couple Wii U games that I've played, and you know, the novelty on those games have worn off. The only real games that I think really withstand the test of time from the Wii U library is probably Smash Brothers for Wii U. Apologies for the squeaking chair. Like I move a muscle in this chair and it squeaks. But Smash Brothers for Wii U and Mario Kart 8 are the only games, I think, in my opinion, that you can pop in any day. Most of the other games don't offer enough for you to come back to. Alright, so now we're in the final mission of this. We're going to be going up against Goomboss in an actual race, no battle arena here this time. And Goomboss can be a pretty nasty boss to go up against, especially when he's quicker than you in corners, so you do have to snake as much as you can. So get as many power slides as you can to stay up in front of him. Do a much better job than I was with the power sliding here, because for some reason I was struggling with it. For some weird reason. And then pray to who at the final stretch and try to beat him to the line so you can get the triple stars, or at least something that's remotely a star, because trust me, you want to make sure you have at least a star ranking for each and every single mission going on forward. So that's it for the mission modes for today. We're going to be doing 2 more missions this week on the usual days, so next Thursday we're doing missions 4. Tune in for that. Me and my squeaky chair will be ready for that. And with that, see you guys later.